Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me pretty well and clear. I'm a little bit delayed from technical reasons. My printer didn't want to work. Okay, so today I would like to welcome you on the Architecture of Alignment workshop, which will help you understand why have you been stuck and gain clarity about why current methods that you use in your business didn't work for you. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. All right, hope you can see it. Let's just go to my presentation. Okay. I'm on. Okay. This should take maximum an hour, maybe less. Let's see how it goes, and let's see if there will be any questions or so on. So welcome to the Architecture of Alignment workshop. I'm so honored if anyone will join me or if this will be helpful for anyone. Today isn't about doing more. It's about discovering how to do what actually works for you. We're going to explore how to align your business with your energy, your values, and your truth. So you can grow without burnout, without confusion, or forcing things. This is the foundation I wish I had when I started about 7 years ago in the online space and altogether 13 years ago in network marketing on my entrepreneurship journey. And this has changed everything for me. So let's get started. So why are you here? Let's start with what might be feeling off. Maybe you're creating content, but it doesn't feel like you. You're stuck tweaking your offers, doubting your niche, or feeling invisible online, even though you're doing all the right things. You've got the passion, the tools, but the momentum feels blocked, right? That's not because you're lazy or unclear. It's because the strategy isn't rooted in you. You may be inconsistent as well. And something is just like feeling like you're pushing against the wind, right? Well, the real problem is most strategies are not meant for you because they're not taking into consideration your energy, your nervous system, your natural gifts, your natural talents and skills, and the way you like to work as well, right? So no one has actually ever talked to you when they recommend you a strategy or content and so on and so forth. They basically just throwing something at you what works for them without really fully understanding you. So let's start by clarifying that. But before I start, I just want to tell you a little bit about me. I don't like those long presentations where people blabbing about themselves. So I just want to tell you a little bit, like, because I get it, because I've been there. I was running businesses that didn't match my energy. I was doing many other businesses like you. I've probably been in 8 network marketing companies. I've been running property business, a property services business that I really felt burnt out. I had my first anxiety and panic attack from, which was really, really hard. And I actually stepped down from it for 2 months to just realign, to think of like, why is it happening? Do I really want to do that business? And I didn't. And I started from scratch and I went back to my why. Why did I started the business in the first place? Because I wanted the freedom. I wanted the freedom of traveling around the world, working in my own hours, working from home, working from anywhere. Like I now sometimes work on the beach, right? So I was burnt out and that didn't really align with me. I was I was also like later when I started working online, I started with high ticket marketing coaching and high ticket offers and courses to in affiliate marketing. So I was reselling them for profit for a commission, and I was just feeling like something's off. Something didn't align. I didn't feel like I was feeling like a fraud because I meant to say that I have a success. I meant to pretend I'm working in my own time and so on and so forth, where to create to use the attraction marketing, and that's just felt off. It was not really true, and it didn't really align with me. I'm very ethical, so that really was not feeling right. I felt disconnected as well, and I just wanted to do something that is really real, and I really wanted to help people, and I wanted to help people like myself to stop being scammed, to stop wasting money or their budget on strategies, marketing courses that were not meant for them, that didn't fit them, that were maybe not gonna be suitable for their own problems. I wanted to stop that. Even when I was working for a marketing agency, I felt misaligned with the idea that we are serving clients that without actually checking where they really are, and they didn't fully understand why we were doing what we were doing for them. So everyone just knows like, oh, I need marketing, oh, I need this and that, but like why? And what is it actually? What is right for you? So there has to be the element of what I call diagnostics, but it really is a energetic checkup. It is like a wellness checkup, like when you go to the doctor before he recommends you any medicine, he does a wellness checkup. That's exactly what we are doing with holistic business alignment. I'm doing a business wellness checkup. Okay. And I later on, after the affiliate marketing, I moved towards the coaching, and I also hire a coach who never really asked me about me or what I want to do, who is my niche, and it was just like a very robotic way of delivering it, and I really didn't really feel like this was right for me. And after a couple of months, I actually withdrawn from it. I paused it, but I never went back to it because it just felt misaligned. I didn't understand it back then. Why is it wasn't working? I thought there was something wrong with me until I discovered this and I started to apply alignment system, so my aligned success method. um so I felt disconnected. I always been overgiving. I was undercharging. I was questioning my worth as well because like, oh, I felt like a fraud because this and that. But I really spent a lot of time and money investing in me to gain the skills to be able to help others because I really wanted to provide value, not a generic advice. So that was a big thing for me. When I discovered human design, Gene Keys, and I actually started diving into astrology this year, which is a bizarre thing after working with astrology for over 4 years. Only now I'm starting to learn it myself, funny enough, and starting learning about tarot, starting learning about like how to increase my intuition and start to dive into more my own gifts. And also healing myself because that's the big part of why I felt that I had to overgive, that I had to be perfectionist and always deliver like the high standard. It was because of my heart wounds. What it turned out, I just finished a heal her experience with Natasha Libre, which was absolutely fantastic. It was just like a tip of the iceberg what I have learned, but it has gave me a lot of clarity around why I was doing the way I was doing and who I am as well. So when I discovered human design, Gene Keys, and I started to dive deep, apart from the knowing probably most of you know your star sign. Well, that's just like from the typical magazines, like reading your horoscopes, etc. When you actually dive deep into your astrological birth chart, which a friend of mine is doing as well, if you want to dive deeper. However, if you want to dive deeper, what I provide is human design, Gene Keys, and numerology as well, and a bit of astrology in it because I'm starting to learn. I'm starting to read the charts myself and analyze them, and using all that information about yourself. So human design and Gene Keys gives you access to knowledge about what is truly you, what is truly your own authentic self, by your design, in your DNA. So you're starting to shred all of that noise that the society and your environment has imposed on you. So this is really, really powerful when you start realizing like, oh, it's because sometimes we deep down we know, but with all the noise we kind of forget. And human design and gene keys and astrology allows you to shred all the noise and actually dive deep into who you really are. And that's when the beauty starts to happen. That's where the magic starts to happen, because you're starting to tap in and use that knowledge in creating your offers, pricing, and so on. But I'm going to get there in a minute. So I had like a visibility one. So I was obviously worried, like my first live video on Facebook, I literally shoot like I don't know how many times, and I was trying to redo it and redo it. And actually I even had a script about who I am. And that was just bizarre because I wanted to make it perfect. And I shoot it, I swear it was 100 times because I actually counted. So that's where it was when you are misaligned, you want to be perfect, you are worried that you don't have the confidence, and it just feels like a push instead of flow. And that's what this is about. It's all about to having that flow. And right now I build my business from truth. So 3 years ago, I started Digital Business Garage, which was providing marketing services the way I believe that they should be delivered to people. And it's not only marketing services, like I provide freelance marketing, such as content creation, sales funnels, email marketing, and so on. Right now, I actually connected it around the self. So it's about you. It's not just like marketing services about to deliver like to check where you are with your business. It's also check where you are energetically. So this is really important. And healing, also realizing and working on your mindset, but also working on your energy and on your emotions. So checking if you are a perfectionist, if you are over delivering, if you have problem with pricing, if you worry about price charging more, and so on and so forth, there could be some potential heart wounds which are preventing your success, right? So this is what I actually learned in the last week, which is absolutely profound. I highly recommend checking it out. And now I'm building my business from the truth. So I build holistic business alignment because I believe this is not just about business. It's not just about marketing. It's not just about the mindset. You may learn different things everywhere, like different courses for different things. But the thing is, we really need to look holistically around it. And we start with you. We start with understanding you. And now I guide others to do the same what I did with myself. So I was confused. I was kind of disconnected. I was overgiving. Right now, I have pure clarity about who I want to help. Actually, which was actually discovered through my human design, who is my ideal client, my ideal niche, and also what is my message? How should I share that message? And with Gene Keys, it is like also my life's work. So I will dive deeper into it in a different workshop because this is a huge part of it. But I just wanted to give you an overview that I was really, really overwhelmed and I had so many burnouts I cannot even count. I've been fired from jobs because I did choose the jobs that really didn't fit me because it was not aligned with who I am. I'm a social person. I was literally put behind the desk scribbling lines and annotations. It was boring, and that's why I was constantly being fired, right? So because I have not been fulfilling my true purpose, and universe been keep telling me that, and I have not been listening, right? And human design actually opened my eyes and my ears and all the senses to what is really me and what I should be doing. So enough about me, let's dive in. So what is the architecture of alignment? Well, I like to, as I already mentioned, I like to go through the 3-phase process. The first is actually around the clarity. So here's the model I created from everything I have learned for myself and my clients. I always start what I was calling diagnostics, but it's really a business wellness visibility and online checkup. So it's checking where you are and where your business is, and then provide the recommendation. So the clarity comes from from diving deep into your human design, your gene keys. What I didn't put in there, I'm currently studying also astrology and numerology, and I'm starting diving deeper into intuitive senses as well. So I'm using this when we work on your clarity, on your message, on your role in the world. That gives you the really when we read your human design chart and the gene keys profile, we have the full picture of your role in the world, what's your message, who is your ideal client, how you need to deliver that message, how can you share without the burnout. And then we're diving deep into structure. So once we know what we have, like who you are, what you're supposed to do, what's your message, who you should actually deliver this message to, then we're looking into how to structuring all these elements together. How do you deliver that message? Where to find your audience? We structuring your offers around your gift, and we structuring your message about who you are and who you serve, and using actually your language, your design, and their language. So this is really beautiful. And obviously we build a system around it. So obviously we don't want to burn you out by delivering it all manually. So we're actually diving deep into how do we automate that system. So that's what I'm talking about, and what I mean by the structure of your business to support you, so you avoid the burnout. Like I'm a generator, there is manifesting in human design, there are 5 different types. And this is just a tiny fraction of what human design is, but it is really worth knowing at least your human design type, your profile, and your authority, because then you know how your energy is actually used. How are you functioning in the world? Like, where is the energy coming from? So I'm a generator. I always have the energy for things that really excite me, and I can work with others, and my authority is to respond. So that means that if you give me something, I check with myself, I'm checking with my sacral center, and I can respond to you. Yes, I'm in it. No, that doesn't feel right, or maybe not now, maybe later, something like that. So there is a lot more to it, and there are projectors, there is manifesting generators and reflectors, and they actually don't have their own energy. They need to work with others in order to fulfill. Obviously there is still a way to work around it, don't take me wrong, but there are ways to where they can get that energy from without actually physically working with someone, if that makes sense. Anyway, so that's how we built the structure for what we find out from your design and from your business, because maybe you already have a business, maybe you already have some content, some offers, some gifts, and we can optimize them. We can tweak them so they feel better, whether it is your pricing, whether it is a delivery method, whether it is the strategy around behind how you deliver to your clients, so you don't burn out and you can actually sustain your energy for further work. So then we activate everything, right? So all the visibility, all the content, and the launches done with nervous system safety. What I mean by that, most of us are getting stressed when we need to kind of whether deliver something live, whether we need to do something that doesn't, when something doesn't align with us, we're getting stressed, right? We're getting tense. And it's all about activating only what you need to deliver without that tension. Okay. So when all the 3 align, you stop second guessing and start moving with momentum. And that is really powerful. You really feel good about it, right? So, okay. So the next thing is, let's dive deeper into the phase 1, the clarify. So what I mean by that, what I already mentioned, is we're defining your energy blueprint from your human design, from your gene keys and astrology. And later on, sometimes I'm also adding a numerology when I'm doing the deep diagnostics or the deep wellness checkup. So we start with the clarity, because without it, everything else wobbles. It's like building the house without the foundation. That's a very good analogy. We clarify your essence. We clarify your voice, your offer, who you really are here to help, because we all have a purpose. It's just like sometimes like if you're feeling lost or you don't know your purpose, maybe you already do, that's great. We can tweak it like how actually you deliver it and who you're delivering it to, what language to use and so on. This is where we wave in human design gene keys, and I use my intuition. So your messaging isn't just clever, it's true and it feels right. It feels right to share it. So clarity brings confidence. You stop trying to sound like others. You stop copying everyone else's methods and systems and so on. Yeah, we all gather the information and we can use it, but to fine tune our own voice, our own system. You start attracting the people who are already looking for you. So you really understand your audience when you understand yourself, because when you understand yourself, it is way easier to see, okay, this is my transformation. How do I help others to achieve the same, right? So, but you really need to understand yourself first. That's what we do during the clarity phase. And we articulate it later. So everything that we find in that phase, in the clarity, we tweak it, we use it, and we actually connect it with the current technology. We have all the possible technology now to help us be as fast as we can without the burnout and without spending hours or even weeks creating an offer or creating a presentation or creating anything that you want to deliver to your audience or to your clients, whether one-to-one or one-to-many in groups environment. We connecting all that clarity, all the information from there into beautiful systems with AI without feeling the fear of it. I actually just a quick anecdote. I can tell you that even if you're like not sure about using the technology, not sure about using the ChatGPT or any other AI tools in fact, or Canva or whatever, believe me, I had friends who were absolute terrified of technology, even touching anything. It's like, oh, I'm gonna break it or whatever. And believe me, anyone can do it, and anyone can get super confident with it when I show you how, because it is just magical how it happens when you start to see it, like how easy it is. Anyway, so phase 2, it is the structure. So the kind of structure that is not rigid. So like sometimes when, like, I personally don't like schedules. People who know me very personally, I'm always kind of late, 5-10 minutes, not a long time, but I'm always late. I really don't like rigid structures. I don't like to be put in a box. I hate the 9 till 5. I don't like the kind of structures that I cannot go outside to do whatever I want to do, right? So what I mean is creating containers that hold and support you, your energy, the systems that breathe with your energy. So it's providing that system, that structure that supports who you really are. And it doesn't feel like, oh, but I don't like it, or this is the system you need to follow. No, we design your system, your structure. So sustainable system. So like how to create content consistently without a burnout, even if you don't have ideas, whether you're not sure how to create your offer around your gift, or maybe you have it, but it doesn't feel right, or it doesn't sell, or maybe it is not fully clear to yourself sometimes. Like, obviously we need to start with something. So don't take me wrong, nothing needs to be super perfect, but we can align it, we can optimize it so it feels super good to you and you're excited to share it. Because when you are excited to share it, everything starts to be magnetic and attractive, and people can feel your energy. And that is really important, because if you're not super excited about your offer, that means you don't fully believe it, that you can either deliver the results or maybe the way you're delivering it. And if you don't know how to share it, if you're not excited about it, it means that it's not fully aligned with you, and we need to tweak it somehow. Okay. And also the delivery of the method, how you're going to share it and how you're going to sell it. And that's sales is also very important. Like, how do you sell? No one likes to sell, but I can tell you, if you don't sell, you're doing a disservice to other people, to your clients that you could actually help. I always say, like, if you stay quiet, if you still stay invisible, how many people are suffering or are not getting the help that only you could deliver? Because some people, yeah, there are plenty, you may be doing something that a lot of other people are doing. But the problem with that is that someone else may not be delivering in a way that can sink in with your type of audience, right? So like, I'm sure you've seen many type of workshops on marketing, and certain things do click with you and some don't, whether it is a tone of voice, whether it is the presenter, whether it is even the way sometimes the course is structured, you just don't feel like it's just so hard to go through it. Like, I personally struggle with the long form video, like when the certain lessons like are over an hour long, sometimes 2 hours. Oh, that's just dreading. I like the 10-15 minutes, tick the box in a way, and I feel that is, I accomplished something, okay, to the next, because then I feel that I'm doing progress, right? So you need to find your own way of delivering, and also your clients, right? So we're removing the complexity of the online business and marketing, and generally we really looking into who you are and how does this need to work for you, like what's your way. Okay, so we're looking into this. Where am I? Sorry. Right, so we create offers that are clear and scalable. So like, sometimes like I came across many offers that is just like so complicated that it's really challenging to scale it. Like, you have multiple, like whether it is an online course or whether it is a coaching, and it goes forever, or your clients are vanishing and they're not getting any transformation, which is also waste of your time sometimes, right? Because if they don't get the transformation, you cannot get the social proof. You cannot, you don't see the results of your work. They getting this what's the word I'm looking for? They don't feel accomplished, and so do you. And that's why it is super important to find the clients that are ready and that are meant to be for you, and you meant to be for them. So that is what I mean by scalable offer. So you can actually create the offer that you can multiply the effect, the transformations that you deliver. The backend that flows, a calendar that feels good. So you don't need to fill your calendar like back to back. I've seen many people either don't even have a calendar link, and they ask like, oh, when are you available? And can you give me 3 dates, times? For me, that's just absolutely impossible to either schedule anything, any meeting with anyone that gives me this kind of answer, because like, I really don't know. I have so many things on. So I prefer either to pick the date that suits me, and like, I'm gonna check it with my calendar, but like from top of my head, forget it. And that's what you're gonna find with me. I have absolutely everything organized. Like, if you want to have a virtual coffee with me, or if you want to have a clarity call with me, I know I have everything in my calendar. I share my link, and you know exactly my availability, which you can match with yours, and you get everything automated. All the reminders, either if you wish, it can be via text, it can be via it, you get it by email, like whether the day before, an hour before, 10 or 15 minutes before, so you know. And I also get the reminder, because like, obviously we are so swamped with everything, we can forget easily. So okay, the next phase is phase 3. Oh, sorry, one more thing in the phase 2. So the most burnout actually happens when you don't have that structure, when you're not clear on your delivery, when you're not clear about the offers, whether you're confused. That's where the burnout happens. And it happened to me when structure doesn't fit your design. And that's what this is about. We rebuild it here to create space for your magic to land. Okay. So phase 3, we activate. So that's combining visibility, growth, and magnetism. Not by forcing yourself to show up, but by becoming magnetic through alignment. We map your content, find the best visibility, what's the word I'm looking for? To show up. What's your best visibility strategy? And what's the launches to your energy and design? What are the best way for your launches to thrive as well? this is where human design helps you choose your platforms, your style, and your timing. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what's right for you and showing up in a way that feels safe, clear, and resonant. And we obviously use AI for automation, for creation, for creative, but using your own language so you don't lose yourself. There is no forcing, there is no fakeness in it. We actually use your human design with AI, and we create the language that suits you and your clients. And that's how we expand the visibility. You have the exact plan and step-by-step guidance on how to show up, where to show up, how often. And obviously you can still tweak it. Nothing is set in stone. It has to feel right. So sometimes, like, if I don't feel right about something, I just don't do it. Like, only because someone told you something. No, it has to be feeling right with you. Never do anything that feels like a force. Okay. So what does it feel like when you have energetic misalignments, which can block your momentum? Well, as already mentioned, offers that don't reflect your role. So if you are meant to lead and you are in the position that you are kind of like a monkey, you have a monkey job, right? This is like, I meant to lead and I love leading, I love helping people. And when I was put in the architecture roles that I had for 5 years, I was doing a monkey job. We called it CAD monkey job because it was so repetitive. There was no design aspect or creativity. I'm social. I love connecting with people. I love I love painting. I like art. I like doing something that involves energy. So when I was sitting behind the desk, in front of the screen, and I had to do clicking the button or just changing lines and annotations, that was just killing me alive. I can tell you that. I've been fired so many times. I think I had about 12 different jobs in 5 years. Sometimes people don't have that many jobs in their lifetime. So I can tell you it was killing me. I was forcing and changing. Eventually, I actually changed the career to be a kitchen designer. Unfortunately, that has led to another burnout and nearly a depression, because my manager and then another boss, they've been a bully. And I think my other boss had other issues as well, which he really didn't treat me right. And I started to question my own worth. Either way, I was in a role that didn't feel right for me, because not for my design. Pricing that doesn't feel safe, of course. When we try to sell, whether something too cheap, or maybe you're trying to put the prices, like when I remember when I started working with this marketing coach for coaches, and we were told like, oh, you should start from 2-3 grants for 3 months program. That was just like a template or thing to do, right? And it just was not feeling right. Maybe because of the worth wound. However, I didn't have any social proof. So I believed starting small is okay. And then building from it, because that's when you gain confidence, that's when you get social proof, and that's how you can put the right pricing as you grow. Okay, so nothing is wrong. If whatever you feel it's correct for you, listen to your intuition always. Okay, um, so don't try to build from the outside in. What I mean by that, like when you hear advice from other people, check with yourself first if it feels right. Whether you check, or how do you either you have that your body is telling you whether something is right or wrong, or it depends on your authority from human design. But some people have like the energetic center. So basically you may need to wait 1-2 days, how you feel about it. Have you ever had a moment when you wanted to make a decision and you didn't really know what to do? And sometimes, and sometimes you make the impulsive decision, which you then regret it, because we later try to, whether we buy something or whatever out of impulse, and then we regret it, right? If you knew that you have the energetic center as your authority, you knew to wait at least 1-2 days. And I know all those FOMO offers, blah blah blah, buy now because later it's gonna be costing 10 times more, blah. There's always offers, right? And this is a marketing trick to use scarcity. Of course, there is really good, like you cannot wait forever to make a decision, but wait a day or two. You should always, if something doesn't feel right, you should always wait. Okay. So copying instead of clarifying. So don't copy others just because someone told you or because that's what you know. You always need to put something like that it feels like you. Okay, so don't just copy, and don't over perfecting it. Well, this is a big one for me because I'm a total perfectionist, and this is because of my father. Because I was always told, like, why did you get a 4? Or sorry, in Poland we have 1 to 6 kind of grading instead of A to sorry, whatever it is, F to A, right? So why did you get B, not A? Why did you get A, not A star? That's what created the wound in my heart, the trauma of being perfectionist. I always needed to be perfect, and I didn't. I was always a rebel. I was always trying to do my thing, although it stayed with me. So I didn't want it to be the best in certain things. If I loved something, like I loved sport, I loved art, I did like music and so on, and I did like actually physics and math, but any kind of like biology and history, they were my absolute nightmares. And I really had to, like, I did cheat it. I'm honest about it. Like I did cheat it because I really had to pass an exam. Obviously later I did have to repeat it, blah blah blah. I did learn eventually just to pass. So that was good. That was cleared out. But that was that perfectionist. So don't try to over perfect. Do something one, like I prepared about a month ago, I launched my first platform with online courses and my academy, Holistic Business Alignment Academy, where I teach what I'm just presenting in here, and also my new coaching program that delivers the alignment success method. Okay, and it is actually, there is no like a 3 months, 6 months or whatever. Yeah, there is a timeline structure, but we are actually what I do when we have the clarity session, we tweak it to suit you, because some people prefer, it depends if you still have a full-time job or even part-time job, we can tweak it so it fits, it feels right. Some people need more time to absorb what they learn and then implement, and I don't want you to rush. I don't want this kind of like 90 days to finish, or 3 months or 12 months. Well, 12 months is quite long actually for delivering it, but if there is a lot of content and there is like 12 different modules and they're quite large, I'd rather you take 12 months or even 18 months to do it, rather than trying to fit you into the brackets. Okay, so this is really important, that we aligning the solution to who you really are. So this is another thing. Okay, so what else we have here? So launching from pressure. So like when you feel like, oh, you need to launch, you need to launch. What I actually help you do, I'm looking into the astrology and I'm checking what are the planetary transits. So and I'm telling you like, okay, this might not feel like the right moment for you. You can do whatever you want, of course, but I will propose you like when would be the best time. And I've tested it myself in the last couple of months. And like when I feel like, okay, this is not flowing, I'm just leaving it. I'm just leaving it for a couple of days. I know in 2-3 days there will be a better flow of energy, and then I go back to it. And sometimes I can do more in a day or even in a couple of hours than I can do in a whole week. So this is really big one. So I highly recommend, even just for this, if you want to find out more, just reach out. Just reach out to me. We can have a virtual coffee. I never force people to anything. I just give you the information and you can check it out, and we can work with it. So, right. So visibility triggers nervous system shutdown. Yeah. So when we show up, obviously we are stressed sometimes. Yeah. So we need to find a way so you feel good how you show up. No one likes the camera, I can tell you that, and I didn't like it, and now I feel good. I feel good delivering it because I'm excited about what I'm showing. I'm excited who I want to help, and I do want to make a difference. I really want to help people be seen, especially those with the gifts that can help other people. I love you to be visible, because when you are visible, we can all change the world for the better, and every one of us have a different gift and different delivery method. So I really want to help you, and we can find your way. If you don't like to see yourself in the camera, maybe audio is your thing, maybe podcast is your thing, and we can have a look to that. And also like how to show up so you maybe you could overcome that visibility in camera stress by actually finding a way what message, because sometimes when you are super clear, it just comes, it just flows, right? Okay. Right, what's next? So what happens when you align? Okay. Well, clients find you naturally. I want you to imagine this, how the alignment could look like for you and in your business. Maybe less scrambling, more spaciousness, clarity around who you serve and how. You will get exact clarity. Oh, this is the people you need to speak to, because this is when we started to tap into your design, you will see, you will have like aha moments, like, oh, okay, yeah, then the rest is just like, believe me, it's not like a scarcity around like, oh, but I shouldn't be closing it down. It will flow. It will flow when you know who you're supposed to help and who you actually communicate in the most natural way. Okay. And clients can find you as well, because when you show up as a true self, clients can feel it. Okay. People that you can help, they can feel it and they're naturally drawn to you. So how do you actually help them? And you that boosts your confidence. So when you feel good about, when you have the clarity and you have the clarity about the message and about your offer, you're getting excited, that builds your confidence and replaces the confusion. You don't really have to struggle about what you're going to say. And content flows as well, because you know your message, so you can break it down of your message, how you're going to share your message to those people. And there are obviously different ways of saying it, right? System that let you breathe. So like, I know, like, we all, especially like solopreneurs, mamopreneurs, solopreneurs, whatever, like people who work by themselves, especially healers, therapists, they don't want to have, I personally never want to have a team. I want to have a collaborators. I know what I'm good at, and I want to find other people who are good in something else so we can work together. I don't want to take your work, and I know you're not going to take mine, because I know your genius, you will know mine, and we can collaborate. I'm not going to employ anyone, and I don't want to be employed. So this is about the system and the clarity. So creating that system. Um, uh, when you have the support, whether with collaborators, whether we create the automation around all your elements of your business, that gives you space. When you have everything running and you know exactly all the processes to run your business, it gives you the breathing space, and that is super important. And that helps you avoid the burnout and visibility that feels like extension of your essence. Okay. When you know who you really are, that's the true essence, and that's when you show up most naturally, and it just becomes easy. This is what alignment actually looks like. Not perfection, but resonance. And clients or your audience can feel that, and they respond. Okay. Everything flows. Offers feels like a gift. It's not, you're not selling, you're just presenting the solution. It's providing the people, like, okay, you need to show, you need to connect with your people, with your audience, and show them who you truly are, and then just show them that you understand what they're struggling with, and then present it. This is my solution. This is how I overcome it. That becomes just easiest. You're just sharing the information. You're not selling, and they just come if they want to overcome the same problem that you overcome already, and you have the solution for it. If they interested, don't try to like sell. I never try to sell to anyone who's not ready. Whenever you're ready, if you feel that's for you, that's fine. I'm super happy. But if it's not, that's absolutely fine as well, right? So ask yourself, right? Ask yourself, what kind of support do you actually need? Do you want to work on your own? Do you want to learn something and then go back to your drawing board or to your course and do it yourself and implement it? Or maybe you prefer to work in a group environment, or maybe you do need that one-to-one support. I can find the solution for you, and we can work on it together. You're not on your own ever. And I'm also not, you don't also need to wait through the weekend or sometimes like, yeah, I obviously have time for myself. Like I usually don't work on Sundays and I barely respond then because I'm also trying to stay away from computer. Otherwise you cannot really get me out of there. But it is really important that you work with someone who is always there for you. At least that's how I felt, that I sometimes like needed to wait couple of hours, like, well, maybe not couple of hours, but like sometimes days for a reply or like for my session. So God, like this is not working because like you're losing the momentum and you need to be in the momentum. If you're working and you need an answer within a couple of hours, that's what I can deliver. So what have you been forcing or faking at the moment? What didn't feel right? What felt like a fraud? Let's work on it. Okay. So ask yourself and make some notes. I can tell you that journaling and answering in writing really helped me with clarity, with even with anything that I struggle when I journal about. We during the Heal Her experience, we had to write letters to ourselves, like whether to our younger selves or from future self to ourselves now. That is so powerful. I cannot even explain how much. You need to just try it because I cannot even explain it because it really helps. And then I burn the letters, okay? And the magic that happens after is just like you feel free and you suddenly get clarity and there are stuff that comes out from it that is really powerful. What would your business feel like if you trusted yourself? Let that sink in. If you trust yourself, what you're doing, if you have the clarity, how that business feels like. Run it and do everything around your business. Okay. Okay. So what to do next? And if you want help around mapping out your unique architecture and work with aligned success method, I have plenty of options for you. However, my suggestion would be to book alignment and clarity call. Okay. This is $111, and I can tell you it will be priceless because the moment we actually get into it, you just know what your next steps is. You pretty much will be flying from there. You know what to do next, you know how to basically build it around it. And if you want my help carrying on with it, perfect. But just this session on its own, you will absolutely fly because you won't question yourself anymore. You won't question your pricing. You won't question your ideal client. You won't question like, oh, but what am I missing? No, we analyze it. I'm going into all your online visibility. I'm checking it and I'm checking who you really are and what you're doing against who you really are. And you have the clarity of it's basically recorrecting the course. Okay. So this is really powerful. And if this is not for you yet, that's absolutely fine. You can get a free guide that explains a lot of it. You can do it. You can work in your own pace and understand a little bit more about it by going to begin.holisticbusinessalignment.com, and you can get your free guide. You get a visibility checklist, and you get your human design report, which will tell you a little bit more about who you really are. But if you want me to actually dive deep straight away and we get into who you really are and how you use that information and dive straight into it, and you know exactly what your next steps in business are from just that 1 hour. Okay. So I really highly recommend to go to either of these. Okay, so I also have like Holistic Business Alignment Academy, which is like a done yourself course with also life course with life coaching in group or one-to-one environment. I also do energy and visibility diagnostics, or as I said, wellness checkups of your business and yourself. But just focus on these two because we will dive deep and you know exactly what your next steps should be. Okay. Okay. So final reflections. You don't need to be louder. You need to be truer. You really need to know who you really are. What's your design? Because when you start creating from that space, everything starts to flow. You're not going to have confusion and you you will really avoid the burnout. And that's a big time saver and money saver. You're not going to choose offers, courses that are not right for you. Okay, I will teach you that. This is how we create ripple effect, because the moment you are who you're meant to be, what's your purpose, and you know how to share it, what your message is, who you're delivering it to, you start making changes to those people. And we all create the ripple effect, right? We're starting to, I will help you, you will help them. They will be empowered to help their own audiences. Each of us is unique. There is no competition, and there is unlimited abundance. And this is for this is around the heart-centered leadership. So everything comes from your heart. Nothing is forced, and it has to feel like you. Okay, and you feel good about it. I can tell you that. So take a deep breath. I hope. Let me know whether in comments or send me some messages what landed for you today. What would shift if you stop building from pressure and started building from pace, from peace? You're not here to chase. You're here to lead. Your alignment is your strategy. Thank you for being here. And remember, your business gets to feel like you. Okay? Okay, I hope that was useful. I'm just gonna check if there are any comments, if I can answer anything. Otherwise, just you're more than welcome to either DM me or comment wherever you see this video, because I'm gonna, this will be put it on YouTube, my YouTube channel, and also on my Facebook group. Okay, so I will share all the links as well to wherever you can take the next step. And I hope this was useful. And let's check if there are any comments. Okay, not at the moment. That's absolutely fine. Okay, I'm not gonna hang around. I just hope, like, if any of you need any help, please just message me and I will be super excited to help you out with it. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day or evening, and I will see you soon.